So if you can only afford one power tool, what power tool should it be? Well, stick around, because I'm going to show you.
Doing it with Jason.
There's so many jigsaws. Power tool hat? Check. Jigsaws? Check. Well, hello guys, and welcome back to Doing It with Jason. I'm Jason, and today we're going to be talking about power tools. In particular, the jigsaw. No, I'd like to have a serious talk with you guys. Jigsaws are one of the most important tools, and pretty much you can get away with just having a jigsaw. It's very versatile. It can do just about anything. Whether you need to cut solid wood, plywood, softwood, hardwood, little wood, big wood, giant wood, tiny wood, it doesn't matter. It's going to cut it, and it's going to love it. You can even cut metal with it with a certain blade, and plastic, PVC. Once I even cut styrofoam with it. Just don't cut your finger. It hurts. I haven't. I just know someone who did. Now that's one nice cut.
It's Jason's tip of the day, just the tip.
When using a jigsaw, always cut slowly, or despacito, as Justin Bieber would say. Wait, didn't he say desperito? So what happens is when you go too fast with a jigsaw, the blade starts flexing. You want the motor to do all of the work. You do not want to be pushing or forcing it. The blade will start flexing and going all over the place, wibbly wobbly, and you will be very unhappy with your cut. So remember, despacito equals happito.
It's Jason's tip of the day, just the tip.
You can straight edge with it and use it as if it was a table saw. You can cut circles with it and use it as if it was a router. You could even plunge cut with it. This sucker is unbelievable. Alright guys, so say I have this board right here, and you know, maybe it's an inch or two too long. Yes, you can use a chop saw or whatever else, table saw, but you can also use a jigsaw for this. So what I would do is use a straight edge, and then clamp it down, and then cut it with a jigsaw. Let me show you. Alright guys, so here's our board. Now you're going to take your straight edge, then take your lovely clamps and clamp it down. Now you can take your jigsaw and run along this straight edge without any worries at all. Now of course, good old-fashioned squiggly lines are always a goodie. Coca-Cola. And plunge cutting, of all things, is really fun to do with a jigsaw, just because say you have a cabinet or something you're putting in and there's a receptacle or you have to cut out some kind of square hole or circular hole inside the cabinet. Yes, you can get a drill and drill all four corners out, then just run your jigsaw. But if you take your time and go nice and slow, you can do this. Yeah, the other day I was looking around in my shop and this guy was looking at me. He says his name's Steve. Once again, be sure to subscribe. Steve and I really appreciate it. Steve really does. I mean, he's always happy. So here's two jigsaws I just so happen to have. First one is a DeWalt. It ranks in at the under $100 category, I believe. And it's a very fine jigsaw, works well. Then I was on the market for the world's most expensive jigsaw. And guess what? I found it. So this one I think was like $704, something very weird like that. Quite pricey. It's a pretty good jigsaw. Is it worth $700? I can't tell you that, but it does have a lot of fancy things, such as no guide bearing on the outside, which is typical for most jigsaws. They have this little bearing right here that spins and the blade goes up and down with it. Well, this one is all internal, which is great because you could actually flip your blade backwards and cut backwards. Why would you want to do that? I have no idea, but just to show you, it does do it. So standard would be like that. This one, you can flip it back. It doesn't have the bearings to mess it up. Click it in place, and now you're ready to rock backwards. It's kind of like riding a bike backwards. Pretty cool. Well guys, looks like the show's over, and that's about all the time we have for today, so we really appreciate you guys tuning in and watching it. What's that, Steve? Oh, he said be sure to subscribe and, yep, tell your friends about the video. Yeah, thanks, Steve. Yeah, so you guys go ahead and do that. Steve said so. We'll see you next time. So, yeah, until next time, we'll see you guys later. Have a good one.